I'm going to show you guys how to determine a high time frame bias if you're scalping. So basically, high time frame means all the way from daily, 4 hour to 1 hour. But because I'm a scalper and I trade from 9:30 to 11 EST, a lot of the times, I would say 80% of the time, I base my high time frame on the 1 hour chart. So for this particular example, I'll be using the trades I execute on the 30th of April. And I took shorts, by the way, on this day. So basically, I was relying on the high time frame bias to be bearish. That's why I'm taking shorts. And how I came about determining that the bias is bearish, it's because of this. So first of all, I use fair value gaps to determine my high time frame bias. We can see on the 1 hour gap, you can see on the 29th of April at 10 p.m. price put in a bearish 1 hour fair value gap here, right? Nothing too fancy, really simple. We can see also just before the 9:30 a.m. New York Open, Asia and Europe market, European market, basically price traveled all the way up, filled up, almost filling up this 1 hour fair value gap here, but at 9 o'clock price strongly rejected the 1 hour bearish fair value gap. So what does it tell me? It tells me that price is no longer having the strength to go up, and it's respecting this 1 hour fair value gap. And currently, well, not currently, but on 30th of April at 9 a.m., it had a big bearish move towards the downside. So what does it tell me? Price wants to move towards the downside, right? So now we know that price is respecting the 1 hour fair value gap. If you want a little bit more confidence, you can go down to the 15-minute chart. So in the 15-minute chart, we go back to the 30th of April. We can see here, right, at 9:30, price actually closed way below the 1 hour fair value gap. So further, strengthening my bias that price is looking to go down, right? Bearish. And furthermore, there is also sell side liquidity that was put in here. And not just that, we have a lot of LR, low resistance liquidity, that's sitting here. So that further adds to my confidence and further adds to my conviction that price is looking to go down. So this is the 15-minute chart. I normally execute on the 1 minute time frame, and my entry setups for my 1 minute is mainly, first one is turtle soup, and also respecting lower time frame FVGs like 5 minute or 2 minute, and along my main one is the 1 minute IFVG. So in the 15-minute chart, you can see as well, price put in a 15-minute bearish fair value gap here, right? And price didn't actually have the strength to even go up. It went all the way down, melting all the way through. And on the 5-minute, let's check it out. Let's see whether there's anything there. So 5-minute as well, along with the 15-minute, it created a 5-minute fair value gap here. If you want me to put it in, I can, just to show you guys. Another 5-minute here. There will actually be a few. There's another 5-minute here, and then there's another 5-minute here, right? So that's how you determine high time frame bias. That will frame how you enter your trade. So like I said before, on 1 hour chart, we can see that price rejected the 1 hour bearish fair value gap. So I'm only looking for shorts. So basically my entries were all shorts that day. I took 3 trades. So let us go into the 1 minute chart and see how my executions were. Okay, so it will be this way. So basically, right, you can see my first trade on the 1 minute chart, price put in a 1 minute inverse fair value gap here, which I instinctively took based on my trading model. So I actually went down here and I actually closed off my trade because price reversed a little bit. I was in a little bit of a hurry, but I should have held on. But knowing that it's bearish, price eventually went all the way down. So I took my second trade here. So my first trade was 947. My second trade was 951. You could see that I showed you guys before previously, there was sell side liquidity on the high time frame, 15-minute or 1 hour. So that was the eventual draw on liquidity. So my second trade I took at 9.51. I actually closed it off for a quick scalp at this mini sell side liquidity here. So I waited, I closed it at 9.53, a 2-minute hold. So after that, right, there was also a 5-minute fair value gap that was put in, and price actually traveled just above it, and it actually respected this 5-minute fair value gap. So let me go down to the 5-minute time frame and I'll show you guys again just before I show you my execution. So you can see here, 5-minute fair value gap that was put in, so price actually went all the way up. On the 5-minute, it couldn't actually close above it. Price actually closed just under it. So we can't really see it on the 5-minute chart. That's why I go on the 1 minute to execute. So let's go back to the 1 minute. So the 1 minute chart, there was a couple of confluences in play, right? So we understand there was a 5-minute fair value gap here that got respected. Let me take this away. To further add to my confluence as well, there is a 1 minute a 1 minute fair value gap that price respected, right? Sorry, that's 1 hour, my bad. So it should be a 1 minute fair value gap, right? They got respected. And also, when price traveled down here, price actually put in a 1 minute inverse. So further adding on to confluence, and also if you want to be really specific, there was a mini turtle soup here. So this was my third trade that I really banked. So basically, first trade setup, we had price inversing the 1 minute inverse fair value gap towards the downside, respecting the 5-minute bearish fair value gap along with the turtle soup, respecting the 1 minute fair value gap. So I fully closed my trade right here at the mini, once again, sell side liquidity. And that was my third trade. So just to recap, framing high time frame bias on the 1 hour because I'm a scalper, going down to 15.52 to frame my intermediate time frame bias, and finally the 1 minute to execute. So I hope this guys, I should have said I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys found this helpful. Leave a comment if you guys want to see anything else, but basically this is my simple model to execute and determine high time frame bias. Thanks for watching guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one.